He's certainly subject to maybe some civil liability, but he may also be facing criminal prosecution if she decides to pursue that.
All right, well, moving on. So this got a lot of people talking. So during back-to-back episodes of the Bravo series Below Deck, which aired last Monday, Luke came under fire when he climbed into Margot Sisson's bed naked after the power went out on their yacht. So producers stepped in after Luke tried to make a move on Margot. He was later sent to a hotel before being fired by Captain Jason Chambers the next day. So Luke wasn't the only crew member that was fired. Laura also found herself in hot water after defending his actions, which prompted Aisha to tell Jason about Laura's own lack of boundaries with co-star Adam. So when Adam confirmed that he felt uncomfortable, Laura was also let go. So like we said, this got a lot of people talking. A lot of people were praising Captain Jason and Aisha for their swift removal of Luke. But can Margot press charges against Luke, considering this was all, it happened on camera and it could have been a sexual assault?
And there's no question she can press charges. I mean, it was a sexual assault.
Yeah.
If someone is naked and they make contact with you, that's exactly what a sexual assault is. So I agree. I praise the captain for doing the right thing, because had he not done so, then the management, maybe even the production company, may have been liable for ratifying this type of sexual assault. So whenever something like this happens in any workspace, doesn't mean if it's on set or somewhere else, management has to take action, and they took the right action here. So it's a question of, Luke, he's certainly subject to maybe some civil liability,
right,
but he may also be facing criminal prosecution if she decides to pursue that.
Definitely. And what about Laura? She was fired for defending Luke, and yes, her own actions were a bit questionable as well. Is that grounds for firing when you defend somebody else? Obviously, this wasn't really a defensible act, but she did defend him, and she continues to do so. But is that really a grounds for firing?
Well, usually unless there's a for cause provision in an employment agreement that basically says you can only be fired for a specific reason, most employee-employee relationships are at will. That means the employee can quit at any time. Same thing with the employer. They can fire the employee for any reason or no reason at all, as long as it's not a prohibited reason, of course, like sex, religion, national origin, or race. So here, it was well within the rights of the employer, to fire Laura for saying something that was very inappropriate. So I don't think Laura is going to have a claim here.
For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.